Okay, hey everyone. This is my social change module to, I guess you can call it the video portion of the assignment. So first thing, describe the overall significance of the community leader, and based on the interview I conducted them and what I learned at them as a person in their life and leadership. Um, when I was kind of talking with Sean, I learned about his character, how he was always talking about helping people, and how he never really recognized himself as a leader, but more as someone who will be there if he's needed for that role. But like he would always say, as a person, as a character, even if other people want to take that job, he wouldn't he would never doubt them. He would always view them as the same way. And I remember we would always designate multiple people as leaders for certain assignments. Sean never used a selfish attitude to or you had a selfish attitude in those situations. He would always acknowledge the other leaders and the other people and viewed everyone in the same equal space. And that's part of really what he designated, and that's kind of what I really thought from the overall significance. Now, as far as his life, I guess in his life, he told me that like a lot of off the transcript, it was more his family, his friends, just the people he was around, really helped him get to this pole position. He said, especially his mother, she's always like groomed him to be a person with upstanding character. And that's where he felt like he got all these good traits from. But he says, like I said, he's just not trying to view it. It just makes him feel better. So he's just trying to do the right thing, and that's what he was doing when he was asked to step role for that leadership position. But yeah, I think overall I kind of gained, that he's just a good guy, a natural guy, a guy who, is as normal as any of us, but wants to help the world, which we need more people like that in society. And I thought it was great hearing from him. My reactions preparing, scheduling the interview, and what was the process like? I've never done anything like this before. This was a new experience for me. I've always wanted to be the person who would be the one that's getting interviewed. So instead, I was kind of a reporter in this situation, trying to garner a prospect from Sean. So first thing, I reached out to him. I told him about the situation, the assignment. He was honored, and he felt, he was kind of a little happy a little bit, that I thought of him, so we talked and we met after the Inspire Fly meeting, um, I think a few Sundays ago, and at the library. I think yeah, it was like Sunday. It was after the meeting. I think the meeting ended at 4 p.m. So after the meeting, we sat at the library. We talked for a bit, and then we did the interview, and then shook hands, and then after that, we did our project that we were supposed to be doing. Um, but yeah, I mean, overall, I feel really relieved because after discussing the interview with him, I learned a lot as me, like for me as a leader. And just I guess because I wanted to be in that position, and I wanted someone to ask me to be interviewed, to share my thoughts, which I thought was pretty cool, and learning how to get in that pole position. It really helped me to become a more effective leader and just a better person overall. So yeah, I think overall reactions, I think joy, happiness. I think I was also surprised in the answers he gave, mainly because it's not really something you would really hear. I never really thought that people in the same mind as me could really think in such a wise manner. Usually if I would want advice, I'd go to my like someone more experienced. I remember when I would go to for problems to other people, um, especially my friends, I never really liked the responses I got back. It wasn't until I talked with my parents or someone of like that's older, knows what the world is like, that I really got the response I was looking for. And Sean actually gave me the great responses and the responses that I was looking for. And it just shows his maturity as a teenager. And I just was really surprised to get those responses, which honestly, I'm like, I'm a little starstruck because it was kind of cool. Um, Now, what ways did the community leader connect with the social change model, individual, group, and society values? So first thing, I think Sean, as an individual, he was very, as an individual, he carried himself in a great way. He was always trying to help others. He was trying to make sure that he did his individual part. He never looked at himself as like above others. And I think as an individual, that's a really important trait to have because a lot of people are really selfish in this world. They only care about themselves and their abilities. Sean always looked up for others and he never shied away from help. Without having that ego, it really helped him become an effective leader and a natural leader and someone who we viewed as a leader, but he himself didn't view as a leader. And I'll get to that later, like more deeply. Now, group. As a group player, he's a great team player. I wish I could say a group chat. He's always the one that's checking in, making sure everyone is okay. And if anyone needed to talk about assignments or had any questions, Sean is always there to respond. And I think as a team player, he's done a phenomenal job. Especially me, he's reached out to me personally a few times, just making sure I'm doing fine, even if it's just checking in how my day was. He's done a great job at that, and I really appreciate that um, through the short time we've known each other. He's a great guy, so I think as a team player, he's done a great job. Society values, as far as the seven C's and how he connects with society as a whole. I've seen him talk with other people, and people come up to him, and I know obviously they're his friends, but I think the way people talk to him, he's always done a great job at like being an upstander in society. Really, just I guess showing his gratitude and just being self conscious, and also just overall just being a great person. You could tell like the way he was talking to others. Everyone was always so friendly around him, and part of the reason is because they were so comfortable around him. I think he makes everyone feel comfortable, and he's just a great friend. So I think as far as representing society values and just being an upstairs society, he never really attacked anyone. He was never like that, and he always made sure people viewed him as a friend. Not like someone who really um someone who really just wants to take over that step, which I thought was pretty unique. So yeah. Now, what are the relevant leadership theories? So servant leadership or ethical leadership, which we kind of talked about near the end. I think it was module 10. I remember when I was reading the Captain America book, and the chapter 11 doing the module 10. I like Captain America. Obviously, they were comparing him versus Loki versus Thanos. Their leadership and how they leaded their crew. Steve Rogers, he always led by example, and he did things that were different and things that you wouldn't really expect out of, a soldier, compared to other, different leaders from different areas. Like I said, Sean, he kind of stepped in that role, but only because he felt like he wanted to be different, but like he just wanted to help the team like perform. And out of the six leaders, we just felt like he was right. And honestly, we made the great choice just because I think as a servant leader, he's always trying to be different and he's always trying to check in. I don't think he's doing that because of his leader. I just think he's a great person overall. And the team needs someone like that. So I just thought it was really impressive and I was really surprised by it. So yeah, I think he's a great servant leader overall. Now, three quotes in the interview that understand him as a person. I have them written down. So the best leader is someone who doesn't know they are a leader. That's what he said, and this was after the interview. So I remember, like I think, like I said before, Sean, he never viewed himself as leader. He was only there because we chose him as leader. But obviously, if you are a leader and you're leading, right? If you know you're a leader, you'll have that in your mind, and you always feel like you have some obligation to tell people what to do or to make sure that you are the one that stands out. But there are some people who don't really view themselves as a leader, but take that role because they just want other people to succeed, and that's what that he means by that. The best leader is someone who doesn't know they are a leader, just to make sure there's no drama, because that's the credibility a leader has. The other thing is helping people. It gives me purpose and makes me feel better about myself. Like I said, Sean, he likes to help people because it feels right for himself, and like he doesn't really want to be the person who is has that ego to like tell people that when they can't do something or to have like set that ground. Sean always viewed other people at the same tier as them, and if they feel free to speak up, then that's what he'll do. So yeah, I think that's the second quote. And I chose, and Now the third one is I never dispute criticism because at the end of the day, it makes me feel better. Um, so like I said, Sean, he never disputed criticism. And part of the reason is because when people criticize him, he knows that they're just helping him. They're giving him more reasons to get better, and he wants to get those reasons just to be perfect. And I know the common notion is you shouldn't really care what people think about you. But the thing is, what people think about you is key because they're always giving you reasons to get better. And when you feel like you're above them, it limits your expectations to get better. And Sean said he never set those limits on himself and never felt like he was above anyone. So any criticism towards him, he uses it as motivation to have something to get better on. And that's kind of helped him become a better leader, better person, and better, anything really, better athlete or better in his studies, anything that he's using it to get better at. This is quite a trait really helps him get better at these things. Now, what larger themes can I derive from the interview? What patterns can I draw from what the leader said? And actually, wait. Before, why did I choose these quotes? Sorry about that. Why did I choose these quotes? I chose these quotes because I feel like those are the significant things that brought from the interview, and those are the significant meanings. So then I thought these quotes were very significant, and especially talked about it a little after. But these are some quotes that were to me really significant, just because I think they are the most important. Most important, meanings that you can really derive from the interview and becoming a leader. I think a lot of people would benefit by hearing these quotes. So I kind of pulled these out because I think these are the most significant quotes. Now, what larger themes can I derive from the interview? What patterns can I draw from what the leader said that can help me paint a picture of leadership? Um, First thing, I think a leader should help people. That's a large theme. I think a leader should I think a leader should learn to listen before talk. I think when you're a leader, you need to, as Sean emphasizes as well, like you should really be better at listening than you are at speaking. Because you have, if you're leading a group of people, there's going to be a ton of people who have great ideas. If you're only limiting it to your ideas, then you're not doing the group any justice, and that's how the group fails. So I think listening is definitely key. And I also think you need to be able to, more than helping others and listening to people, you need to be able to motivate people, give encouragement. You need to be able to make sure everyone is comfortable with one another. And there's a bunch of people like that, but people shouldn't really look at the leader to, have that credit. They should be looking at the leader to help people get better and help the team win. Because part of being a leader is the leader is still part of a team. There's no I in team, so a leader can't do all the work himself. And for the teammates to really honor that, they need to be the leader needs to be able to give them encouragement every now and then, and making sure that they're doing all right, and making sure that they know what they're supposed to be doing and put them on, and so then they don't go off the right track. So yeah, those are really the larger themes that I can draw. And this was really fun. I enjoyed doing this, and thank you for watching.